Yo, what up? It's Tonic. Welcome back to another Free Feedback Friday. I am a producer, songwriter, and engineer, and I'll hopefully be giving you my helpful opinion on your music. To get the most objective perspective on your music, I always recommend getting multiple people's opinions. Alright, with that being said, we got several submissions this week, so let's just jump in.
So how could I love you when I don't even love myself? Judgmental of the view inside my mirror, I need help. Take my heart and
Starting off tonight, we got Let Go by Luca. I think on those like snare hits, I can hear, or I mean, I guess it's more like rim shots. I can hear like a little, like a tambourine hit or something. Ooh, I wasn't expecting the vocals. Man, I love that right there. That was sick, man. That was really, really nice. It was super peaceful and just so mellow. Sometimes it's really nice to have music like that. I think the mix and everything sounded pretty good. It's got kind of a lo-fi feel to it, so it's not like you need a punchy kick and snare or something like that. It sounds perfectly fine mix-wise. Taste-wise, I can hear a couple of things that you might consider. Every other rim shot, I would like a little like a little tambourine hit or something. I feel like there needs to be more texture, so I can really hear some like layered, crinkly paper or something like that, or like even vinyl noise, something like that on the high end to have here, especially during this outro part right here, like this. I really think it needs those little things to refine it, give it a special character and quality to it. But other than that, I think it's a really solid piece. You sent me a second song here, so I'm gonna check that out too. So this is called Hold Up. Let's check it out.
hold up.
Woo! Damn, that's smooth.
Hold up.
Damn, bro, I need like a fucking bottle of champagne or something right now.
Softest cut. Prop me up like I'm a dog. Need you to do the heavy lifting for me.
Smooth voice. But I think what's missing here for me is just some like otherworldly elements, some like spatial elements and effects on your vox. And not to say like the whole way through or nothing like that, just to highlight certain moments where your vox, you kind of deliver one line, right? And then just kind of hang on to that and let the music do its thing. But what if you did one line and then had sort of a tail or an effect on the end? Like a for me, you know, like draw out that for me so that you do the heavy lifting for me. So do an effect to like make it sound like you're going underwater or something. You know what? It kind of reminds me, your voice and sort of this like sexy, loungy vibe really reminds me of Bazzi. Have you ever heard of him? But he dropped that song that was really popping off back in like 2015 called Mine.
Cut me down, I'm in no rush.
See, like you almost did it there with the in no rush, no rush. You know, it sounded like you had a little backing vocal going on or something. That's what I'm saying. Sort of expand on those ideas and let that space where the vocal's not shining, let the effect or something take hold. Ooh, this is nice. Ooh, strings. Strings are nice. And nice filter out, I like that too. Nice ending. So yeah, man, like I said, very Bazzy is the sort of vibe I get. Love this, man. Your voice is solid and so smooth. Yeah, dude, I'd love to work with you on something sometime. I'm like and repost this shit is fire. Alright, next we got Slug by Nas. Thanks for sending me your shit again, Nas. I appreciate it, man. Let's check out what you got this time.
There's a target on your head and my boot got a skull buddy. Bitch, you want a card by your throat and a stop buddy.
This kind of applies to Luca. See how at the beginning of this beat it has some like sort of texture sounds? You know what I'm saying? It's just very textured, and that's something I'm saying that you could apply to that first beat that you had that was very like lo-fi. Lo-fi is all about the textures, man. Anyways, back to Nas' song. Let's check this out. Ooh, this part's hard right here.
Flesh opens up, I'm assault on it. Boy, you ain't no threat, you a slug, I'm a stomp on you.
Okay, man, so I feel like the mix is pretty good on this one. Beat's fire, and I love those like crunchy snares, man. They're so crispy. Or claps, whatever you want to call them. Love the energy. I feel like the flow gets a little repetitive. You kind of do the na 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 a lot. And so, you know, change up the flow every once in a while. Yeah, the mix on this like really didn't bother me as much as some of the other ones that you sent me. I feel like sometimes it's tempting to like really distort the high end a lot, but I like that this one isn't too crazy. The beat still goes hard, the song still goes hard, but it's not overdone. I'm personally not a huge fan of the slowdown ending. I feel like that's just kind of overdone, overplayed. The thing is though, I don't know why it's called Slug, because I never really heard you say that. Does it stand for anything? Maybe you said it and I just didn't hear you. Alright, next we got Automatic by Fuck Sleepy. Damn, dude, like right off the gate, man, my fucking eardrums. Maybe like give us a little bit of a warning or a lead-in or something. You know, if you just pop this into your car or something and the last thing you was playing on your car, you had to turn up your volume all the way, your ears would be gone by this point. This beat is interesting as fuck, man. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Shit! God damn. What's coming? Oh man, I don't like the slowdown. You know what I was actually expecting was the reverse. I was expecting it to speed up. That would have been cooler. I feel like it should have switched back to normal speed here. But yeah, man, this is cool. Beat is really interesting. There's a lot of fun surprises in there. I'm not a fan of it starting off full volume right off the bat, because that's just gonna like bust my eardrums if I have my volume on too high. But the song's fucking fire. I love this. I love the energy. I think your style really fits with the beat, but I think it's like really hard to understand you. You're kind of like way back in the mix. Say mix your vox, they're a more prominent element of the song. So I can actually hear you and understand what you're saying. Like I said, I'm not a fan of the halftime. I think it would have been cooler if you had double timed it. That would have brought more energy instead of bringing the energy down. Maybe I'll check out another one of yours and see what it sounds like. I'm just gonna check out the latest one here. Let's see. It's called Pussy, so let's see what this sounds like.
What do you think about this sawed off pussy? Punchy in the air, it's gonna blow you up, pussy. I can see you.
Dude, I don't know where you get your beats from, but my god, they're crazy.
I don't give a fuck, I'm gonna kill. I can see you. I don't give a fuck, I'm gonna kill you.
That was fucking nuts, man. Something that I like that you do is like you kind of do a really mainstream thing where you take part of the chorus and start off with that right away. Like you start with the hook right off the bat, which I think is dope. It's a good way to get the listener engaged right off the bat.
Cut your head off, leave it in my fucking closet. All these faggots on my dick, playing with the closet.
Fucking bass the whole time. It's like it's fucking sick though, man. I love that. I have the same feedback, I guess. Really, the vox feels quieter than the beat does. So I mean, maybe that's intentional, but I would just make your vox louder, man. I fuck with this though. Okay, next we got KTM. Don't go VIP. Don't fucking do that. Dude, the impact right off the bat. Again, man, if I had this turned all the way up, I'd be deaf right now. Hold up, let's go back. Maybe it's just me, but I don't think there's enough like low end or rumble in that impact. Your kick has a lot of high end, but not a lot of low end, I don't think. So I would say add in some low end to your impact. Layer a bass in there, so it's more like boom. Okay, so I really like the melody that you had, and I love the instrumentation. Those little like digital meow 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 meow. But I think the build-up has lost my interest already because there's no melody here. It's just drums and a pitch riser. Maintain a melody in your build-up too. Tease in some of the melody that you're gonna have in the drop, and or fade out the sort of meow 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 melody that you was doing earlier. So there's definitely not enough low end. That bass really has to kick you in the face with this sort of music. I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not feeling really any low end in this. I can tell that you like tried to put some low end in there because I can hear that there's a bass, but it's just too compressed. You know, let that low end breathe a bit and let it like really hit you. I would say add some distortion onto your bass, a little bit of distortion or saturation, something to give it some more presence. Multi-press it. You know what I'm saying? Like compress some of the high end, but leave that low end really open. Yeah, and your kick is just getting absolutely buried, man. See, there's completely, like, there's no low end at all. That when that drop comes in, like, I really need to be able to feel that. See, like, I heard it there, but it just wasn't enough, man. Like, you gotta let that breathe. That shit is compressed to death. Cool, so there needs to be a little bit of level balancing there. First of all, add that bass impact sound to the first impact that you have at the very beginning of the song. But then your bass kind of goes into this like really wide reese bass. It's a really sudden transition in my opinion. Before, like, you could hardly hear it at all. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's just kind of juxtaposing. Your kick and your snare are really audible here. It's like during some of these build-up sections. It's during some of these build-up sections where your kick and your snare, where especially your kick gets like really lost. Yeah, no, during the drops it comes through pretty well. Yeah, man, I really dig that ending. That's beautiful. I think you're really good at sound selection, and the arrangement is great. I just think that the mix needs a lot of work. Like, you've killed the low end, man. I would say always have somebody to check your mixes. I started off making this sort of music. I always have some friends, some trusted ears who can always check my mixes for me and make sure that I'm sounding consistent throughout. When you're working with so many different elements at once, it's really hard to balance all those sounds and to sound consistent. Finding your balances and making sure that your build-ups are sound just as good as your drops. But yeah, man, this is fire. I love it. Don't go VIP, man. General admission all the way. Alright, so I'm gonna check out another one by you. This one is called Circumference. Let's see how this sounds. Those grainy textures on that bass are so sick. I feel like the claps could really come through better though. And again, man, like, the same thing with this one, not enough low end. Ooh, the sounds are so dope though, man. You're really good with your sound design and getting these really textured, complex sounds. They're really nice. I will say that drop was really unexpected. With the build-up and the way things were going, I was personally wanting something a little more melodic. But I mean, this is cool. It just kind of sounds like it's a drop for a different song to me. Okay, that was a really interesting arrangement choice. Those sort of like arpeggiated melodies in the back now that you added are fucking awesome, bro. Okay, that ending is pretty dope. And for me, I guess the arrangement was a little weird. This like drop section that kind of like builds up hype. You know, it really caught me off guard, but it's really cool because it gives me that live festival sort of feel. But then instead of going into a harder drop from there, instead of going to like where it's setting up, it just goes back to sort of the intro that you had with the melodic stuff. Which is cool, but it's unexpected, but to me kind of a letdown because I feel like we were building for another heavy drop, but never got it. Yeah, man. Dude, I fuck with your stuff. Definitely send me more in the future. Alright, so next we got wobain, High of My Life. Alright, bro, like, you're not gonna tell me you ain't copping Cardi's style right here.
Please don't hit my line. I'm just trying to get my digital. I just came down from the high of my life. I just came down from the high of my life. I just came down from the high of my life.
I ain't really even got much to say about this. The mix to me sounds pretty dope. I think I just listened to like a Yeet song in comparison, and the mix sounds pretty solid. For me though, it's like the only thing is like your style, the way your delivery, your flow, even the way you say like slat slat, really just kind of like a play off a Yeet or a Cardi or Trippy. It's just all sounds like it's been done before. I don't think, like, you're definitely not alone in that. I feel like everybody does the same thing on rage type beats. And to me that's boring because I feel like there's so many different things that you could do over a rage type beat. You ain't gotta sound just like Yeet or just like Cardi or any whatever. You know, do your own thing. That being said, I think you sound real good. I like it. Another song by you. I'm gonna like this. And you sent me another one called Ounces.
Pouring an ounce of the pine. If you're gonna talk down, it'll happen tonight. We're putting that red dot right between your eyes. If you're gonna talk down, it can happen tonight. They call me a fiend cause I watch on he pics with the lean and I'm numbing the pain. 50 racks all in his head cause he talking that shit make him go right.
I can't even cap, man. Like, I fuck with this.
If you're gonna talk down, it'll happen tonight. We're putting that red dot right between your eyes. If you're gonna talk down again.
One of the things I have to say about this beat and the last beat too is I feel like the melodic elements in the background are too heavily reverb for my personal taste. I feel like they're just too atmospheric. I would like them to be a little more audible and for the melody to kind of be a little bit more upfront. I feel like there could have been more done to your vox there during those moments. Instead of it being just like panned left and right and having a little bit delay or something, I feel like you could have added a more interesting effect on there to make it feel like you're, I don't know, like ascending or something. I would have probably added some sort of band filter or something and kind of like automated it up, I don't know, to give it an interesting effect. But I mean, other than that, like, I think your vocal mixes sound really good and you sound really good. I just have the same exact feedback where I would say it's kind of sound like another Cardi or Yeet. I don't know, do something that only you could do. But I mean, it's fire, bro. I like it. I'ma follow you, bro. You gotta follow now. This one's called Tweaking by Ridedeath.
Oh, shit. Jordan let the beast out the motherfucking cage.
Okay, this is a vibe already, man, but I will say the mix is atrocious. It sounds like you're recording through a towel or something. Your shit is so covered up and so far away. You've rolled off so much of the high end and the bass is too boomy. That shit just needs to be cleaned up heavy.
I've been leveling up, trying to keep my faith in the tuck.
Man, the mix just makes this unlistenable. Like, I can't even hear anything that you're saying. Vocal mix needs to go back to square one, man. And you really need to compress that so that your dynamics are more even. So that way you can hear the parts when you're like low and you're speaking softly, just as much as you can hear the parts where you're being really loud. That's what the compression will help with. You really need to EQ out some of the lows because your voice doesn't really need those low frequencies. The kick and the bass needs that space. But right now your voice is occupying it. It's just not necessary. It makes everything sound real muddy. And you don't have enough high end in general. There's not enough high end going on in this song. I can't even comment on flow, delivery, or lyrics or anything because I can't even hear what you're saying. Let's try a different song by you and see if there's a difference. Let's check out BOTP.
I'm just sitting here in my zone while I'm spitting bars off the phone. I'm just sitting here in my zone while I'm spitting bars off the phone.
The vocal mix, at least I can hear you in this one, but the vocal mix still needs a lot of work. But I can already tell you I don't really like the delivery. Just sitting here in my zone while I'm spitting bars off my phone. I don't know, man, it's kind of weird. It kind of has like a country twang or something almost.
Yo, chill vibes only when I'm smoking in the hood. Plot now and take care of my kinfolk. Memories of old times propelling me to get more. Been here a few times, nigga, it's been
Now that ain't bad. That flow kind of reminds me of Snoop Dogg or something. That's kind of cool. So this time it's like your Vox are completely stereo. Your Vox are just like in my left ear and in my right ear. But there's nothing like down the center. That's kind of where I want your Vox to be mainly. This time when I mix Vox, I make sure that there's something straight down the center. And then, you know, a little bit in the left and right. But right now you're all left and right. You should really like work with a mix engineer and or really learn how to mix yourself from a professional. Because like right now you're giving me all the signs of like, hey, I'm a vocalist who's just kind of experimenting around and trying to figure things out myself, which is totally cool, man. I commend you for trying to figure these things out. A true telltale sign for me that I've never mixed Vox before, or I'm just trying to figure it out myself, is when you have the reverb directly on the Vox. Look up some video tutorials on YouTube on how to properly mix reverb in with your Vox. There's this electronic producer called Big Z who has some really great tutorials on how to mix vocals. Again, it's mainly for electronic music, but the same principles can be applied to any genre. Also, Gunner, Gunnr, has some pretty good tutorials too.
I'm just sitting here in my zone while I'm spitting bars off the phone.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you I'm not a fan of that chorus at all. I do really like the like background vocal sample that's going on there. That's really nice.
I'm just sitting here in my zone.
That's dope. That's beautiful. Yeah, man, I'll say it's the same thing as the last song. Your vocal mix really makes the whole song like unlistenable. Like I just can't even make it through the song because the vocal mix is so bad and distracting. So fix that, you know. In this one, your Vox are way too stereo and way too much reverb. But keep it up, man. I wish you the best in your pursuit, and I hope that you grow. I hope that you can learn a lot and grow from your experiences, man.